Hi everyone, it's always a great joy to be able to come to your homes through this way of online teaching. I am Daud Ali from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group, your teacher for today's lesson. I hope you are having a good time, and if you are not, then you will have now, because we are going to make this day an English grammar day. But sometimes an English grammar day can be tough. So I need you to pay attention and listen carefully, because that is the key to make everything super easy. So we are now going to begin the chapter. Ready, set, let's go. Subject verb agreement. Our today's topic is subject verb agreement. Subject, verb and their agreement. Before we get into it, we must first understand what is a subject and what is a verb. Before we get into subject-verb agreement, we must first understand what is a verb and what is a subject. So we will first talk about verb. Anything that I do is a verb. Anything that you do is a verb. Anything that anyone does is a verb. So all the actions and all the activities are verbs. I speak, verb. I am teaching you right now. Teaching, verb. You are listening to me right now. Listening, verb. I write on the board. Write, verb. Okay, so I speak verb. I write verb. You are listening verb. So I speak, I write, I cook. Speak, I speak verb. I write verb. I cook verb. I sing verb. But what is this I? This I is the subject. So what is a subject? Subject is the main hero of the sentence. Subject is the doer of the activity. Subject is the performer of the action. You are listening to me right now. You, subject, are listening, verb. I write, I, subject, write, verb. I speak, I, subject, speak, verb. So this is about subject and verb. So anything that this subject or doer does or this doer has, all of them are verbs. Now we will talk about subject-verb agreement. I speak, subject-verb, perfect agreement. I speaks, subject-verb. This will be definitely, absolutely, entirely, completely wrong. I speaks, wrong. I speak, subject, verb, perfect agreement. Alright? I write, right. I writes, wrong. I sing, right. I sings, wrong. I cook, right. Subject, verb, agreement, perfect. I cooks, definitely, absolutely, all the time, always and forever, wrong. Alright? He sings, he sings, he writes, he speaks, he dances, he cooks, she does this activity, she walks. These are all right way of subject verb agreement. With he, she and names, you will use such forms of verb which I just explained a few seconds ago. And with I, you, I do that. You do that, we do that, they do that. There are certain rules that we need to follow when it comes to subject-verb agreement, and we are going to learn all of them one by one. So we are now going to begin. Rule number 1. When two singular subjects are joined by and, they take a plural form of verb. When, for example, Varun and his brother study in the same school. Here we can see two subjects in the sentence. Subject number 1, Varun. Subject number 2, his brother. We have two subjects and they are joined by and. So we have used this plural form of verb. So when two subjects are joined by and, we will always use plural form of verb. Imagine we had this other sentence here. John and David study in the same school. John and David studies in the same school will be absolutely wrong. The right way for the subject verb agreement will be John and David study in the same school. Two subjects joined by "and" will always take plural form of verb. Study, plural form of verb. Studies, singular form of verb. We will talk about rule number 2 now. When two singular subjects are joined by "and" express a single idea, the verb is singular. When two subjects are, sometimes it may happen that you will see two subjects are joined by "and", but yet they are using the singular form of verb instead of plural form of verb. That will happen in the case when both of the subjects express a single idea. We will now see an example. Bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. Here we are treating this bread and butter as one unit. This is expressing one idea, that this is a form of a breakfast. So here we have used this singular form of verb. Bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. Imagine some other example. I'm going to help you in this one. Dal bati is my favorite food. So here, dal bati, we are going to treat this, we are going to look at it as one unit, one category, one type of food. So we will treat this as singular, and therefore we will use the singular form of verb with it. Dal bati is my favorite food. Although it is not, but for the sake of example, I am telling you. We will now learn rule number 3. When two subjects are joined by and refer to the same person. Okay, when there are two subjects and they are joined by and they are referring to one person, we are talking about one person. We refer to one person. That's when we will use a singular form of verb. For example, the guitarist and singer is from Kota. Here we are talking about one person. Imagine I am talking about myself. This guitarist and singer is from Kota. So when I am talking about one person and when we are referring to one person, we will use the singular form of verb. The guitarist and singer is from Kota. We are now going to move forward to the next rules. These are also very important ones. Please pay attention and listen carefully, because that is the key to make everything super easy. Each, every, everyone, either and neither take a singular verb. So this is the rule with each, every, everyone, either and neither. You always take singular form of verb. Each book, for example, each book on this shelf has been carefully selected. Each book on this shelf has been carefully selected. So as we discussed above, as we talked about this each, we will always use singular form of verb, and has is the singular form of verb. Each book on this shelf has been carefully selected. Has, this is a singular form of verb. Imagine for a while if we had have here. Each book on this shelf have been carefully selected. Then that would have been definitely, absolutely, completely wrong. That would be wrong. With each and every, we always use singular form of verbs. Each has, every has, each is, every is. Alright? We are now going to move forward. Every resident in this complex takes a keen interest in gardening. So with every, we have used this singular form of verb, takes. If we had take here, that will be absolutely wrong. So with each and every, singular form of verb. Each book on this shelf has been carefully selected. Every resident in this complex takes a keen interest in gardening. Everyone has received an invitation to the party. Everyone has received. This is the right way. This is the perfect subject-verb agreement. If we had, imagine for a while, if we had everyone have here, it would be definitely wrong. Wrong. Everyone have, always, 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 forever wrong. Everyone has, always, 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 forever right. Everyone has received an invitation to the party. Either of the students is chosen to speak with either singular form of verb, with neither singular form of verb. Neither of the sums was easy. Okay? When two subjects are joined by either or neither nor, the verb agrees with the subject closer to it. So when there are two subjects and they are joined by either or neither nor, the verb will agree with the subject which is closer to it. We are going to see examples of it, and with the help of examples you will be able to understand them well. Worry not, for I am still here. Either you or he has to complete the work by evening. Here we can see two subjects in this sentence, you and he. The verb will agree with the second subject of the sentence. He has to complete the work by evening. Second subject, verb is singular according to this. Similarly, neither she nor I have submitted the project. Here also we can see two subjects in this particular sentence, she and I, and we will use this form of verb according to the second subject. We're going to see the second subject in these cases. When two subjects are joined by with or as well as, the verb agrees with the first subject in the number and person. If you feel like asking any question, feel free to ask us in the live doubt class. We'll be very happy to answer. So worry not about your queries. We are going to take on all your queries at the time of live doubt session. So we are going to talk about this rule now, with or as well as. How does this subject verb agreement examples? The teacher with all her students has gone for a nature walk. When it is about with or as well as, the verb agrees with the first subject of the sentence. If you don't believe me, see this example. The teacher with all her students has gone for a nature walk. In this sentence we have two subjects here. Subject number one, the teacher. Subject number two, students. We have two subjects, but verb is going to agree with the first subject, because this is the rule with and as well as. The verb always agrees with the first subject. So the first subject is singular. So this is why we have used the singular form of verb here. The teacher with all her students has gone for a nature walk. Alright? Never forget this rule. Always remember, this is going to help you speak good English as well as score good marks in exams. The daughters as well as the mother speak very softly. So we have two subjects again in this sentence. Subject number one, the daughters. Subject number two, mother. But what did we learn in the rule? We learned that in the cases of with and as well as, the verb always agrees with the first subject, and the first subject is plural. The daughters, this is plural, and therefore we have used the plural form of verb, speak. Alright, we are now going to move to this next rule, which says when two subjects are joined by not only but also, the verb agrees with the second subject in number and person. In the previous rule we learned that verb agrees with the first subject. In this rule we are going to see how will the verb agree with second subject. Worry not, for I am still here. It's very easy. Not only the cats but the dog also is ferocious. So in cases of not only but also, the verb will agree with the second subject. Can you point out the two subjects in this sentence for me? Yes, you can. Try to pay attention. Look carefully. Yes, we have the cats and the dog. We have two subjects here. The cat is plural. The dog is singular. And the dog is second subject. So the verb will agree with the second subject of this sentence according to the rule. Not only the cat but the dog also is ferocious. So we have used the singular form of verb because second subject was in singular form. A collective noun takes a singular verb when the class referred to is considered to be a single unit. This may sound very interesting to you, and although it is quite interesting, Sometimes what happen, not sometimes, there are some collective nouns. For example, the jury. The jury is panel of judges, which means so many judges. But it will be treated as singular, because this is one of the rules. The jury is ready with the verdict. We are going to use this singular form of verb with it. Now, there are certain exceptions that you need to keep in mind. Always remember them, and we are going to talk about them actually. Some nouns which are singular in form take a plural verb. There are some nouns which may look singular to you, but they are plural in form, and that's why they take a plural form of verb, and we are going to talk about them, and this is going to be a little surprising for you. Examples: cattle, folk, majority, public, police, nobility. So these are all singular in form, but we treat them as plural. Why? Because there is a logic behind it. I'm going to explain it to you. See here, public means a group of people. Public. Police, it's a group of policemen, the whole police department, which have so many policemen, not just one police cop, so many police cops, the whole police department. Police. Nobility, a group of scholars. This is nobility. A majority related to folk, people. So this is, we will see this example. It's going to help you understand. The police have arrested the gang of robbers. Here we have used this plural form of verb because we have treated this as plural, not just one police cop. This police mean the whole police department with so many policemen, with so many police cops. So never forget these exceptions. This is going to, help you speak very good English, and you're going to score very good marks in exams. Some nouns which are plural in form take a singular verb. There are some nouns which are plural in form, but we always use singular form of verb with them. We are going to see them one by one. Mathematics. This looks like plural. Yes, it is plural, but this is the rule. This comes under the rules of exceptions, that we will always treat them as, we will always use singular form of verb with them. For example, mathematics is a very dangerous subject. That's personal opinion. It may be interesting for you. Mathematics, dynamics, news, physics, electronics, statistics is a little complicated subject, but it's a matter of opinion. It may vary from one person to another. That was my personal opinion. You may like it so much. Mathematics is an interesting subject. So here we can see we have used the singular form of verb here. These are exceptions. Words such as measles, mumps, trousers, jeans, scissors, tongs, billiards, and spectacles are plural in form, but take verbs in singular. They are all plural in forms, but they use singular form of verb. For example, measles is an infectious disease. We can see singular form of verb here with this plural looking. This looks like plural, but indeed it is not. It won't be treated as plural, and it will take the singular form of verb according to the rules of exceptions. We are now going to do this exercise for you so that you will be able to understand them well. We are going to do these points one by one. I hope you will really enjoy them. Fill in the blanks with correct verbs from the brackets. One has been done for you. The politician and the reporter will address the public tomorrow. Two subjects joined by and. This belongs to that rule which we studied as the first part. The peacock and the peahen strut around the park in the morning. We will use this plural form of verb strut because there are two subjects joined by and in this sentence. Similarly, we will see the third one. The little girl and her puppy enjoy playing in the park. Here we have two subjects again, the little girl and puppy. Two subjects joined by and. So we are going to use the plural form of verb. The little girl and her puppy enjoy playing in the park. Similarly, I believe you can do the rest of them on your own. All the very best. We are going to have a look of the next exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct form, with the correct verb from the brackets. One has been done for you. The board has given its decision in favor of the workers. This is that case, if you remember, we talked about it. The board, the jury, with the jury we used a singular form of verb. The jury is, you remember? Similarly, the board has, we have used the singular form of verb here. The board has given its decision in favor of the workers. Okay, we are now going to talk about the point number 2. The team fulfills the expectations of the public. Electronics is a popular subject among students. As we discussed, mathematics is, statistics is, similarly we have electronics here. I believe you can do the rest of them on your own. All the best. We will now talk about next exercise, exercise number C. Rewrite these sentences correctly. One has been done for you. The lawyers as well as the judge was fair and just. This is wrong. Why? Because as we discussed in the rule, as we talked about it in the cases of as well as and with, the verb will agree with the first subject, and the first subject is plural. The lawyers, plural, and we used singular. So this is definitely wrong. We have to use plural with it. The lawyers as well as the judge were fair and just. So we have used this were according to the first subject of the sentence. Every man in the crowd were ready to hail the decision. We learned in the rules that with each and every, we always use a singular form of verb. Each has, every has, everyone has. So here, what did this sentence is telling us? Every man in the crowd were ready to hail the decision. Were is wrong here. This is not the right way. The perfect subject verb agreement will be every man in the crowd was ready to hail the decision. A white cat and a dog was seen near the park. Can you make out, can you see, can you point out the mistake in this sentence? Yes, you can. Listen again and listen carefully. A white cat and a black dog was seen near the park. Here we have two subjects joined by and so the use of was here will be absolutely, definitely, completely wrong. A white cat and a dog were seen near the park. This will be the right perfect subject verb agreement. I believe you can do the rest of them on your own. All the best. We will talk about exercise number D now. This paragraph is not edited. Each of the lines has an error. Underline the error and write the correct word in the blanks. One has been done for you. The village folk was shocked to see the wolves as well as the elephant that was coming towards them. The pack of wolves, it's going to be very interesting if you would like to solve it on your own. If not, then I'm going to help you with it. The first right answer is were. Second right answer would be as well as the elephant that was coming towards them. Here first subject, the verb will agree with the first subject, and the first subject is wolves. Wolves as well as the elephants. Wolves plural, so it should be were here. It should be were here. Wolves as well as the elephant that were coming towards them. So the right answer would be verb. If you feel like asking any questions related to the exercise that we were solving, you can ask us. Feel free to ask us in the live doubt class later. We'll be very happy to answer. This is it for today. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you very soon again. God bless you.